Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Miles, and this is my 1991 Toyota Land Cruiser. So if you're familiar with the channel, I'm sure you're familiar with the Land Cruiser. The channel is completely focused around the Land Cruiser, the activities with my family, and also my wife's GX, but mostly the Land Cruiser. But for those of you who are new, it's a 1991 Toyota Land Cruiser. I purchased it back in 2017. There's about 252,000 miles on it. You know, a lot of people have been asking, how much have I spent on the Land Cruiser in total? Granted, this is the 1991. The 91, 92 models, they're not really a fan favorite amongst 80 series fans, amongst 80 series owners. Everyone wants the 93 and up. But in this video, we're going to be talking about everything that I've spent on this 91, how much I spent to get it to where it's at now. So let's get into it. So as always, I'm going to be putting a link down in the description for all the products that I'm using, all the products that have been installed. So if you want to check them out yourself, just go ahead and follow the description. So starting at the front, we have the Trail Gear front bumper for the 80 series. This bumper is available with the stinger or no stinger. I opted for the stinger just because I thought it looked cooler. I wasn't expecting to be knocking it on anything like that. I bought it back in, I bought it maybe a couple months after I bought the rig, and I got it for $400. At the time, that was $400 raw, unpainted, and I picked them up from Yoda Masters out in Corona, California. And then also up front, we have the Smittybilt X20 winch. It's a 10,000 pound winch. As you can see, it's not in the greatest condition. I need to attach a hook on the end and probably have to get a new rope on it actually, but I got this for free. So I'm not really worried about it right now. I got a Fairlead at home. I just got to put a new line on it and a new hook, and that should be good. Moving on to the lights. The fog lights that I'm using are the LASFIT 3-inch light pods. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the videos of me installing them. These are actually these are set to fogs, and all it is just like the different bulbs that they're using. For the budget, for the price, I really like them. Obviously, there are different brands out there. There are higher end brands, but what I've noticed from these LASFITs is that they can compete with the bigger name brands for definitely a fraction of the cost. And you know, I've been using them for years now, and I've never really found anything I didn't like with them. And so that goes with the rock lights as well. The rock lights are just cinched on there with zip ties, so I do need to go ahead and change those out sometime, or once I figure out a mounting solution for this bumper. But the rock lights, also from LASFIT, I love them, honestly. I mean, the fact that they can switch between white and amber is pretty cool. And you know, I've been running this truck through crazy amounts of water now, and I haven't found them going bad whatsoever. The pod lights retail for about $130, and that's the Sport series, not the High Performance series. I didn't see any need to go to the High Performance series, especially for the price. But the Sports have never done me wrong. Again, that's $130 retail. The rock lights go for about $120 retail off their site. I'll put a link down in the description, and that's $120 for the entire kit. That's the harness, 4 pods, 4 actual lights, and then the switch. And that, again, that gives you the feature to switch from white to amber. So now onto the hood. This is the Lensun solar panel. It's specifically cut for the 80 series. You go on their website, there's a whole bunch of different sized solar panels for different models, different vehicles. So this whole kit was about $500. Gives you the panel, which is a 90 watt panel, all the wiring that's required, and that's also including the smart controller, which, you know, it turns off the solar whenever the battery is fully charged. Whenever it senses the battery is fully charged, there's also a circuit breaker built into the controller. The controller also allows you to plug in another solar panel if needed, or you can actually wire it to like a second battery. You know, if you have your home battery also in the back of the truck or also in the engine bay, you can use that controller to go between both batteries. While we're up here, we can take a look at the LASFIT light pods. These are the same light pods that are down below, but these are set to a floodlight, a driving light, and a spotlight right in the middle. The lights, I have them all wired up together, so that way on my switch controller, I can just press one button and all of them turn on. Again, I've never been disappointed with LASFIT. I really enjoy their products. I like their products. Definitely high quality for the price. You're talking about a price point that's a fraction of what you're going to spend on the bigger names, but they perform really well. Transitioning to this side of the truck, this is a no-name brand snorkel that I picked up off of Craigslist for $50 from a local seller. The guy happened to be in the same city I'm in. We just met up, and $50, got myself a snorkel. Now mounting the snorkel, I went a whole different way that other people usually do it. A lot of people probably would have just drilled the snorkel onto their fender themselves, you know. I just so happened to have somebody that I knew, somewhat local, that had a fender already pre-drilled for this exact snorkel. So I thought I was going to save a lot more time and a lot more energy by just purchasing the fender that I was already pre-drilled and just replacing the fender. But it ended up taking a lot longer. I think if I had just done it the other way and just drilled onto the fender I had, I probably would have saved a lot more time, a lot more headache. So to add to the cost, the fender was $100. So let's move on to everything that was done inside the engine bay, on any of the upgrades or the repairs I've also had to make. So right when you open the hood, right up top, I have the, I don't even know how you pronounce it, TEQ. I've been involved with Toyotas all my life, and I still don't know how to pronounce that TEQ or whatever Japanese script that's the traditional Toyota emblem. But this is the TEQ off-road LED underhood strip. So what it does is it just turns on when you pop the hood. It has a little pressure switch that allows it to turn on and off once you open the hood. Once the hood closes, it presses down on the switch, turns off the light. So that strip I was able to get for, at the time, I forgot the sale, but it was like 70% off or something. So I was able to get it for like $60. So for the battery, I went with an Optima Yellow. It wasn't my first choice. I did have just like I did have the AutoZone brand AGM battery in there, but that one ended up taking a crap on me. So I had to switch it out, and they didn't have one to replace it with their warranty. So they went ahead and opted for the Optima Yellow. With the way that AGM batteries charge, the standard or the OEM alternator on the 80 series could not fully charge an AGM the way it should. So that's why I went with the solar charger to help get the battery exactly to 100% every time. The hood props were like, I think it was like $40 on Amazon at the time. This was 2017 again. So it was $40 for the hood props, brand new vacuum modulator for the EGR, that was $20. A new alternator from AutoZone was about $120. New starter was about $90 off of Rock Auto. Power steering replaced. Can't remember how much I spent on that, but I'll post it right here. Differential breather. This is I would say that it's a knockoff of the ARB, but in reality, I think this is the exact model that ARB uses, but they just obviously put their name on it. But this was off of Amazon for about $30 Prime, and I had no issues with it. I also recently just had the exhaust manifold changed. I had an oil pan gasket changed. The fuel tank I had to replace after it got drilled out. I also had the fuel filter replaced, and all of that was around, let's say around $900. Okay, so back to the stuff that's a little more interesting. The window visors were from Amazon. $30 shipped. I do want the JDM style, like the really big visors, but I mean, these will do. Moving on to wheels and tires, these are the 1552 Turbo Max in a 16x80 offset. This is carbon gray in color. They retail for about $295 a piece. I do have the 1552 accessories on there, like the spoke sticker and the valve stem cap. So those cost for about like 20 bucks. The tires are the Nito Terra Grapplers in the 295/70 16s. They were on eBay for about 800 bucks shipped. You guys don't skimp on eBay, because eBay you can find some brand new stuff for real cheap. So yeah, these were brand new from eBay. No issue with them. I actually really like them. They do have a bad snow rating apparently, but I mean, I've yet driven in deep snow with these, which I do want to try. But I think eventually I'll be moving up to something a lot bigger. You know, these are a really big 33. Weight-wise, it does nothing to the 91 Land Cruiser. This thing can still haul it pretty well. You don't feel it compared to if I were to throw 35s on here. I'm pretty sure that's when I would need a regear. For the interior, the dash cap is a Carhartt dash cap, and this was $70 shipped. What's cool about these is that you go on the website and they're made to order. So as soon as you hit buy now, Carhartt's going to send them out and have your exact measurements made. I'm also using the Wolf Box. It's a Wolf Box reverse cam with the mirror. I don't know the exact model. This is on Amazon for about $70. I really like that Wolf Box reverse camera, but I do need to move the camera now that I have a tire carrier in the back. I had originally mounted it before the tire carrier, and now I can't see anything. So using the aux beam switch panel at the moment. I need to grab one from LASFIT, but at the time when I installed it, they didn't have one available. And this set me back about $70 on Amazon. Mounted to a ram mount. The ram mount was about $25 on Amazon. In the back seat, I'm using this really cool Duluth Trading Company backseat organizer. It hangs off of the two front seats there. This was about $90. I really like it. You're able to store a whole bunch of gear in there. And in the middle there is a full-length rifle bag. So if you had to, pack your 12 gauge or AR or maybe an AR-10 in there, who knows? Now, when we're camping, my wife and I do sleep in the back of the 80. I do have it set up as a sleeper camper. So I have these curtains set up on all the windows that you just pull back on. They're really cool, very convenient. These were about $50 on Amazon. I just typed up SUV car curtains and these showed up. I got the idea from like all the VIP style GS 300s and GS 400s from like back in the day. So yeah, they're really useful. Again, like $50 on Amazon. Moving up top, I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm just using rails, the crossbars up here. And so the crossbar, the actual bars themselves, I ordered them from 8020.net, and that's just extruded aluminum. It's the same stuff that those bigger name companies are doing on all the new roof racks. And I just have them mounted to Smitty built, what are these, like the HD series gutter mounts. So the gutter mounts are about $120 for the set of 6. And the crossbars, the extruded aluminum was about $200 plus hardware from 8020.net. So also while we're up here, this is the new Bolton technical cell signal booster. It retails for about $500. So what it does is that it extends the your cell phone range when you're out here. This is actually how I'm able to look up these prices when I'm forgetting as I'm out here. I have pretty decent cell signal now. I'll be getting more into this cell signal booster in another video. I'll show you how to install it. I'll show you how it works. So stay tuned for that. So onto the awning. This is an awning from Overland Pros. I got this used actually. This guy was selling it on OfferUp. He was about 30 minutes away, so I said, I'll take it. I got it for $200 on OfferUp. He said it's barely been used, and I believe it. I mean, the stands were still in their plastic wraps. I guess he said they just didn't work out for him. It didn't go as planned. So I was able to get it for $200. This is a 270-degree awning. It's not freestanding, though, so you do have to put the legs up. So I think it retails for about 300 something plus if they still make this exact model. But again, I was able to get it for $200. You can kind of see them poking down here, but the catalytic converters are new. I got them from a local muffler shop. It was like $700. I don't know if they're the exact fit for the vehicle, but I needed new cats right away. So $700 for the installation and the two cats. They do hang a little low, which, you know, it is a concern for me, but I haven't banged them up on anything. And then also to the suspension. For suspension, I went with Ironman 4x4's lift kit. It's just a 2.5-inch lift kit. I got it on sale. They were having a sale, I think, like a couple years ago. It was like 25% off. So I got it for like $900 shipped, 2-day shipping from Ironman 4x4. They're really cool. I really like their company. I really like all their products. I will say some of their stuff is just rebranded products. So like their battery jumper or their tire inflator, I wouldn't get. But the suspension, I mean, honestly, I'm happy with it. I eventually want to move up to the Foam Cell Pro shocks. I'm just using the basic nitro charged gas shocks at the moment. We're at the rear of the vehicle. We can talk about the General Green Manufacturing tire carrier. I needed a tire carrier, but I wanted one specifically with weight in mind. I didn't want to have to throw on a big old bumper because the 91 really, it's true, the 91 Land Cruiser is a dog on the road. Like it's very power deprived. But with the addition of the tire carrier, I haven't noticed a big difference. It's able to carry up to a 37-inch tire for the 80 series model. It retails, at the time I got it for about $820 shipped because it was an introductory price. I'll put a link to the video of me installing this thing. It's pretty simple. I thought it was going to be difficult, but it's a very simple installation. So it comes with everything that you need. It's a completely bolt-on system. Again, $820 at the time. He did gift me the table for it, the drop-down table, which it's a $75 add-on if you were to buy it yourself. I do also have the General Green Manufacturing tire carrier accessory mount, or TCAM for short. Retails for about $285. Mounted, I have these lockable Roto Packs I got from Amazon. The mounts themselves are not Roto Packs. There's some no-name brand right off of Amazon. But for the two, it was like $90. On the liftgate, I have these Built Right Industry Molly panel Velcro mounts. It allows me to mount accessories on there. Right now, I have a Mora bushcraft knife, fixed blade. That's just right up there. I do have my lighter, and gives me room to add some like little knickknacks and stuff for camping. I really like those. I'm getting like a kit for like $120. Not bad. But again, this is completely just an accessory. I really like them though. The sleeping platform was made by Christian, also known as Dirt Cruiser on Instagram, YouTube. It's an exact fit for the 80 series because he has his own 80 series. He has a couple of them that he does the measurements on. And so it slides right in. You don't need to bolt it down. You can use some turnbuckles or whatnot to tighten it down, but honestly, like it's in there. It's heavy enough to keep itself weighed down. It has these the panels on the sides that fold up. You can go ahead and grab gear. The platform at the time, he charged me $300 to make. Really great guy. Check him out. Dirt Cruiser, Instagram, YouTube. And then back here we also have my cargo box / drawer / table that I made out of Front Runner wolf packs. These are the first generation wolf packs. They're no longer available, but I got them when they were like trying to liquidate all the boxes. So I got them for like $40 a piece. If you've seen my other video, which I'll put a link up right now, I do have legs here that are from one of those Doughboy above ground pools, like for kids. Well, I say it's for kids, but I was in that pool too. But it was my daughter's pool. It eventually ended up breaking, but it had the legs that were just sitting there that I ended up never throwing away. But they slide right in, and that's what I use to mount this cargo box wherever we're camping and stuff. This was definitely not an original idea. I got the idea from Trail Newbie on Instagram and YouTube. So again, bro, thank you so much for the information. I copied a lot of stuff off of your video, and yeah, a lot of the time I just pull it out like this. It's not hooked up or mounted to the actual truck. It just sits like this on the tailgate, which I've envisioned something like this for a long time. So being able to put it together finally and seeing how somebody else did it, it worked out great. So again, the boxes were like $40 a piece at the time. I think the Generation 2 front runner boxes go for like $70. But using the Gen 1 on their liquidation sales, $40 each. So I was more than happy to do it. Before I forget, I had the front knuckles done, rear main seal, the transmission mount. That was about $1,500 in parts and labor. The universal joints were changed. The universal joints at the time were like $80 for the fronts, for the pair in the front, and then $80 for the pair in the middle. And to have them pushed out at a shop was like $40. So all in all, guys, I think I've spent a fair amount on this truck already. Obviously, there's still a lot more to do. This is definitely just a budget build. You can definitely do it for less. You know, if you wanted to spend more, go ahead. It's up to you. For me, I'm very happy where it's at right now. I eventually want to do a re-gear, which I thought I wasn't going to do, but now that, you know, the 40s are the new 37s when it comes to Land Cruiser owners. So I definitely want to move up, at least to a 35. I got to say, I at least got 35s on the thing, but I do eventually want to re-gear. So re-gear 35s. I do want to install like a dual battery system in here, which I'll end up doing a video on because I'm going to try to do it myself. It doesn't look too hard. So tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. This is not even including how much I've spent on accessories or gear that's dedicated to the truck, like everything that's inside the cargo boxes. And it's definitely not including all the accessories from Solve Function. Lee over at Solve Function also put a lot of work in for me doing custom stuff, 3D printing and stuff like that. So if I were to throw the cost in there, I'd definitely add a couple $100 more. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. Please give it a like. Again, I have posted all the links to all the products in the description, so go ahead and check those out. I do have coupon codes for all those products. So I really appreciate you guys for watching. Again, you know, to all my subscribers, everyone who's watching these videos, YouTube is getting to a place where I can actually push it a lot further now. So again, I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks.